Hey YouTube, it's Erin, and I am the Handbag Housewife, and I'm back again with another video. Today's video is going to be an unboxing fail, unfortunately, and I will get into that in just a minute, but I did want to show you my beautiful bag of the day, and that is the Sharon Blue College bag by Saint Laurent. This is a gorgeous bag, and I have her paired with a plaid shirt that I got from a boutique you can find online called 124 Boutique. I can link them down in the description box. And I also got this top, which is by a brand called Another Love, and I love their t-shirts. Love Another Love? Yes, I do. Later on today, when I do my wardrobe change, I think I'm going to switch into this little cutie. I haven't carried her yet, but I did spray her down with Colonel Carbon Pro, so she is ready to venture out and hopefully be safe in terms of getting some patina on this beautiful vachetta without having to worry about water spots. So fingers crossed, she's going to be taking a trip outside of the house today. I think I got some mascara in my eye and it is driving me absolutely nuts. So if I blink a lot during this video, that's why. Okay, so let's get into this story. I bought a bag for the first time from YOOGI'S Closet. And if you sign up for email with them on your first purchase, you can get $75 off. So I got a beautiful bag by Valentino, much like this one, but in a different color. The color I ordered was a blue color, and I don't think they specify the name of the color. I can put what I think it is down here because Fashion File has one that looks like it's the same color, but don't hold me to that. Anyway, it's the same size and the same style as this beautiful Rockstud spike bag that I have in a beige color. Again, I don't know the exact name of this color either. It's not the Rose Cannelle, which is the most popular one that you see on the resale market and also in videos. This is actually more of a camel color. It is a fabulous bag. I did get hardware protectors for it, so she's ready to go. You can see they're just on there. They're not very noticeable, but they're going to keep me from banging up this plaque. Speaking of banging up this plaque, you're going to see a banged up plaque in this video. If that's what you want to call this, you might call it a faceplate. You might call it the locking mechanism, but I'm calling it the plaque, and I don't know why. So without further ado, let me roll the footage in my car. I did open this in my car, and once I opened it, I decided I was going to return it immediately. And I'll talk more about that after I show you this footage. But there is a lot of juicy details to this story that came out after I sent the item back. So after you watch the little clip, do not stop watching there because you're going to want to know what YOOGI'S Closet did. They did a good old bait and switch, and I just don't understand how what happened could have happened, because basically I did not get the bag that they had in the pictures. So let's go ahead and look at the clip. Okay, y'all, look here. I have a package from YOOGI'S Closet, and I was so super excited for this that I couldn't wait till I got home. So here is the dust bag. As you can see, or maybe you can't see, but it is a Valentino dust bag. It came packaged in this plastic bag with a little bit of bubble wrap in the bottom, and this tag here says it's been authenticated by experts at Yugi, which is all well and good, but what is inside the bag, I can smell it strongly. It has been deodorized. It's a beautiful color. If you couldn't tell, it is a medium Rockstud spike bag. I'm gonna adjust this real quick. So the thing I was most worried about was that the plate would be all scratched up, but I didn't anticipate this level of scratching. I mean, look at that. It is destroyed. Now this bag was said to be in like new condition, and I read the description. It did not mention anything about scratches like this on the plate. I mean, it is really, really bad. Really bad. The leather is really cool. I love how it's got this crinkly feeling. It feels like it's almost like a glazed leather. So that's the one positive. The bag smells so strongly that I have a headache from it, and that's just from having it out for a few minutes. It looks like there's just a little bit of like gold nail polish or something right there. I mean, that's just a little speck. That's something so minor in the big scheme of things with all that's going on with this bag. The next thing I did when I opened it is I looked inside of this flap and look at the dirt. This is a like new bag. There was no mention of dirt or heavy scratching or anything like that. Oh, it smells so strongly. I don't know if they're deodorizing like a different smell that's supposedly worse, but I seriously have almost a migraine from whatever is on this bag. It's really too bad. It's a beautiful color. I really like the leather. Of course, it has the champagne gold hardware, which is fabulous. I mean, this leather seems really durable. I mean, there aren't any little indentions on it. There's another thing down there. This is something like if it was Rebag, and I've seen some bad stuff on Rebag lately, so I'm not going to say I 100% recommend them, but their condition at least has been pretty well described. But you can see there's a pop stitch there. As I was bagging it up, here's another popped stitch right there. There's just all kinds of things wrong with it, but the number one and number two thing is the smell. The scratched plate. I mean, that's number one and number two, and then number three is the dirt. I mean, my God. Like, who knows what that is? It's just so freaking dirty. It's so gross. Yuck. All right, enough about this bag. It's going back. I am outside the UPS store as we speak. So my initial thoughts were the bag smelled so bad that I literally had a migraine for an hour or two after I opened it. I don't know if it was running an Ozium machine or what was done to it, but the deodorizer was extremely heavy. The inside was incredibly dirty. And whenever I wondered in the past what rebag meant when they said piling or pilling, you can see what that is inside this bag. The suede is all like balled up, and that's what that term describes. It isn't something that I saw when I opened my Dionysus from Rebag, even though they said it was there. Now, the YOOGI'S closet description of the bag that I bought was that it was like new. And I can put some of the descriptive words here that they used, or even pop a picture in as I'm talking, because they described it as like new, and I believe they used the word excellent condition. And when I opened it, I was astounded. First of all, I was surprised to see that the leather was kind of a wrinkled, crackled finish. And I thought, oh, I just missed that in the pictures. But I was pleasantly surprised by that. Second of all, the leather that was used to make this bag is called their crackle leather. And I believe it's spelled Craquelle. And that leather definitely feels more durable than their typical lambskin or Napa leather that they use, like what they did for this bag. I see a lot of shape issues with this bag when it's been used. And if you look at the pictures of the bag from the listing, you can really notice that on the back side of it, there is a dent in on the photograph where the bag has lost its structure. So that was one of the things that I thought I need to watch out for when I got the new bag. But the new bag didn't have that dent, and that was confusing. And so, initially I thought, oh, the leather's different. Oh, it doesn't have that dent. Well, that's cool because it has better structure than the bag that I thought I was getting. I mean, I still at that point thought that I was getting the same bag. Then I went on to look at the plate. Now, in the pictures that YOOGI'S closet had of the plate, you really couldn't tell that it had damage. But pictures can be deceiving. I can make a plate that has lots of scratches look like it doesn't have any by the way the light reflects off of it. So I thought, if anything's going to go wrong with this bag that I don't know about, it's going to be the plate being scratched up. Little did I know that it would smell like it did, and that the plate would be scratched to hell and back, or to Yugi's closet and back, whichever you prefer. When you look at the different images of the plate that I took, you can see the multitude of incredibly deep scratches, not only on the part that comes through, but also on what I was calling the plaque earlier. The bag was incredibly scratched up on that plate. And that didn't match, but still, I'm not thinking that this is not the same bag that I saw pictured. I just couldn't imagine that. I mean, Yugi's Closet had in their listing, the photographs say, these are the pictures of the bag that you will receive. So I was just trusting them on that. There were a few very minor defects, like there were 2 stitches, like one was popped and one was loose. There was a little bit of paint or maybe nail polish that was on the top of the handle. I would have overlooked the nail polish. One of the stitches could have been trimmed. The other one, I might have been able to kind of poke it back in and get it to stay. Those would have been things I could have overlooked. But when I opened the bag, that was when I could not overlook what I saw. It was filthy and it was suede inside. And at the time I opened it, I did not remember that the bag from the listing did not have suede inside. But I did remember the description was excellent. And I do know that if I saw suede that looked like the suede that was inside the bag, I would not have purchased the bag. So YOOGI'S makes it sort of difficult to go back and look at the listing from the bag you purchased. When you receive the email from them with your order confirmation, you can't click on the link to bring you back to the listing. So what you have to do is you have to go back, search the type of bag, then you have to select sold items within the filters to show sold items. So I looked back in the history, and over their history, they have sold 2 bags that appear to be in this color. So I looked at both of them, and both of them had the smooth leather inside. One of them had been sold more recently. You can sort by order of newest arrivals. And one of them had been sold longer ago. So I went ahead and clicked on the one that said that it had been sold more recently. And that's when I saw the pictures that I was familiar with. And that's when I realized that the leather on the bag that I received was the crackle leather, and the leather on the bag that I thought I bought was the smooth lambskin leather. And I did not care what kind of leather I got. The crackle would have been great, to be honest with you. But then when I continued to look at those photographs and looked at the one where the flap was open, I saw that the leather was smooth on the inside. Now that is a thing that I would look for. I would prefer to get these bags that are pre-owned with the leather interior as opposed to the suede interior, because it shows less dirt and it's wipeable. You can wipe it off with a baby wipe and clean away the other person who owned it or the other people who have owned its residue and make it your own. With suede, you really can't do that to the same degree. You can have suede dry cleaned, but I don't know about sending a Valentino Rockstud Spikebag to have it dry cleaned, because you also have the hardware to account for. When you look at the inside of these 2 bags, it becomes 1000% apparent, if it wasn't already by looking at the leather on the outside, that these are not the same bags. So at that point, I reached out to YOOGI'S Closet. Keep in mind, I already sent the bag back. I took it to the UPS store. They printed the label up for me because YOOGI'S has it, so returns are easy. I knew I was going to return it because it smelled bad, it looked bad, and you know, it didn't match the description already, at that point, but I did not realize how much it did not match the description till I got home. So I called them. I said, listen, I took a video when I opened this bag up. I have screen grabs I can take where I can show you what I got versus what is on your website. And they said that they would try to find the bag that I was supposed to get, and they would expedite shipping to me. They did an investigation to see if they could find the bag that I was supposed to get, and the investigation was unsuccessful. They did not find that bag because I'm not sure that bag ever existed. I mean, if you give them credit and say, okay, they got photographs of 2 bags that they had for sale mixed up, then you would expect that the other bag that they sold in the past would have pictures of a bag with the crackle leather and the suede lining. But both of their listings had pictures of a bag with smooth leather and smooth leather on the inside as well, no suede. So where did this bag that I got come from that has never been photographed on their site? Because to me, it looks like they just used over some photographs that they already had for this bag, even though they weren't the same. It's kind of like seeing an advertisement, going to buy it, and realizing that it's not the same thing at all once you get there. It's the good old bait and switch. That's really how I feel, is that I got baited and switched, and I invested time and energy trying to find it, and I found it, and I was excited, and I got it, and it wasn't what I had bought. Luckily, I can return it. And, you know, upon their investigation, they said that they could not locate the bag that I was supposed to get, that they did not have it. So who knows where that bag went, if they ever had it in the first place, if they used images from who knows where to advertise the bag that I got. When I was on the phone with them, I said, can you do anything for me? Because this is pretty bad. I mean, I used my first customer discount code to get this bag. I'm going to lose that. You know, if I wanted to make another purchase from you, if I gave you another try, I don't have anything except for a bad experience. And they said, well, when we find the bag that you were supposed to get, we can expedite shipping, and your coupon code that you used, if you do a return, it will become available to you again. So that's something to keep in mind. If you use your new customer coupon and then you go on and return that item, you should be able to use that coupon code again, at least according to the customer salesperson that I talked to. They did get back to me within the same day and told me that unfortunately they weren't able to find the bag that I was supposed to get, and that they would refund me once they received the bag that I did get. So that bag, of course, is already on its way back. I hope to get a prompt refund with no issues, but we will see. I've had lots of issues in the past with being able to get refunds, and I cross my fingers that that's not the case here, but I will certainly let you know. They did email me a 10% off code that was specific to me that will not expire. So that's a nice gesture. I appreciate that. And I may give them another chance if my dream bag pops up on their site, but I will have to say that I'm definitely leery now that I purchased a bag from them and the photographs were not even of the same bag, not even of the same materials, inside or out. I have to say though, I am a bit leery since the photographs of the bag that I was supposed to get were not of the same bag as what I actually received. So what do you guys think? I mean, is this kind of perplexing to you? How could they say that I was getting one thing and then send me something completely different? I have to say I am very disappointed in this business, but I am hoping that this is a one-off and that people have had fabulous experiences with them for the most part. And I'm interested to hear what your experiences are down in the comments section. If you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, what are you waiting for? Do it and ring the notification bell so that you are notified of future exciting content such as this. Also, go find me on Instagram. The name there's the same. It's the @, then the Handbag Housewife, all lowercase. You can DM me there, or you can email me at thehandbaghousewife@gmail.com. If I don't hear from you, I will see you again real soon. Take care and have a fabulous day. Bye.